Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com. If you bought property and moved to the country, hopefully it kind of looks like this. You have a lot of mature trees where you can have habitat for wildlife and a hammock maybe, cut trails through it. Looks pretty. If you burn firewood, you've got firewood, you like a dead one. I just saw a dead one back there I could cut down and use that for firewood. If you got that property, that's great, but a lot of us, when we buy property in the country, that's not what we get. What we get is land that has been neglected, and brush has come up in it, and scrub brush kind of turns into small trees, and small trees into bigger trees, and pretty soon you have a bunch of brush that's not like mature trees. It's probably invasive species that are not native to the area, not good for wildlife, and the trees that are there are too big to brush hog over, and too many of them to take your chainsaw and go out and cut them. And if you've got that, that's fairly typical of what a lot of us get when we buy land. And I've told this before, my wife and I bought 10 acres down the road. We want to downsize, smaller house, bigger barn. And when we bought it, the people that had the property before us hadn't done a thing to it. And there were probably about 100 locust trees, and I hate locust trees. They weren't around when I was a kid. They've been imported into this area, and they grow these great big thorns on them. And there were about 100 of them. And one winter, I went down there with a chainsaw and started cutting them, and I probably got about a half of them done, and I threw the chain on the chainsaw and didn't get back. And you don't want to brush hog those things, because if you do, you just kind of scatter those big thorns, and it takes a while for them to decompose. So you want to cut them and put them in a burn pile and just burn them, get rid of them. And so I got half of them done, and then I threw the chain on the chainsaw and didn't go back, and they've been growing down there, and they're getting bigger and bigger, and I knew someday I'd have to come back and cut them. Well, I was talking to my friends at Precision Manufacturing in Sedalia, Missouri. When I was in the dealership world, I sold their products. I've known them a long time. Great people, great products. And they said, we have a new product we'd like you to test out if you would like that. It's a tree shear for a compact tractor. Would fit right on your tractor. Would you like to test that out? Uh-huh. So I'm going to roll some footage here of when I took the mini clip, is what it's called, and started working on these thorn trees. The mini clip will cut up to a 7-inch tree.
That does as good as you'd probably do with a chain.
And it also will reach up in a tree. If you have mature trees and you want to cut a limb, it'll reach up into the tree, and the head on it actually extends. It's got 3 positions on it, so you can cut up high too. Once you're done cutting these scrub trees and your older trees get older and you want to prune them up high so you can get under them, it'll do that too. So it's a 2-function machine. Great tool. So I went through our property, the 10 acres down there, and took down, I don't know, I'm going to guess probably around maybe 30 to 40, 50, I don't know, the thorn trees, and in like under 4 hours. And this will cut them off pretty darn low to the ground. The first couple I cut, I had a neighbor helping me, and he was kind of sighting it, and then after a while, you can kind of feel where they are and get down and put the head of the tree shear down and really get them down low. And we got them and painted them. Now there is an option that comes on the mini clip where it'll spray them right after you cut them. It's a spray tank that goes on and a sprayer that'll put a spray on them so they won't re-sprout.
Hey, here we go.
And that's a handy thing to have. And so we cleaned up that whole area, and I was just amazed at how well that did. Now the mini clip comes 2 ways. If you have front hydraulics on your tractor, the head on it actually pivots, and you have to have a way of pivoting the head. If you have front hydraulics on your tractor, it comes with a remote control device where you can pivot the head. If you don't have front hydraulics on your tractor, order it the other option, which gives you the front hydraulics for the tractor and a diverter in the diverter, so you can divert the flow of oil and rotate the head from the tractor seat with the same control that you're using to activate the shear. So there's two ways of ordering. If one way if you have front hydraulics already, and another way if you don't have front hydraulics already. But it's a great machine. I eliminated and it gives my heart great joy to eliminate thorn trees. The next videos we're going to use some grapples and test out some different grapples and put the thorn trees in the burn pile, and I'll get great joy when we burn that pile too. But the mini clip is the name of it. It's available on my website, and if you've got a lot of trees to cut and you want to save your back, this is the machine for you. The mini clip will cut a tree up to 7 inches in diameter, and I may have gone over that a time or two, not recommended, but this is the prototype. The new machine will look maybe a little bit different, but a great tool for eliminating scrub brush. Thanks for watching my videos. If you'd like to order the mini clip, it's available at my website right here. If you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the mic face icon and make sure you check the bell so you're notified when I post videos. And here's another video you might want to watch. Thanks for watching.